You have a paradigm, but I bet you can't see it or articulate it. And it's not because you're not smart. It's because that's what paradigms do. They don't sit in front of your thinking, they actually sit behind it. The philosopher and historian Thomas Samuel Kuhn, he wrote this book called The Structure of Scientific Revolutions. And he defined a paradigm as the entire constellation of beliefs, values, and techniques that a community shares. And that determines what ultimately counts as a legitimate question and what counts as an acceptable answer. And so a paradigm is not a theory, it's the invisible water that the theory swims in, right? And so at a personal level, your paradigm is the interpretive structure through which you make sense of everything. It was built really early, it was reinforced constantly, and it mostly operates below the threshold of conscious awareness. And your paradigm isn't what you think, it's what determines what you're even capable of thinking. The cognitive linguist George Lakoff showed that most of our conceptual system is metaphorical, right? That abstract ideas get mapped onto physical experiences embedded in our body. We don't just talk about arguments as battles, we actually process them that way neurologically. The stories are not decorative, so in a very real sense, they are the architecture of the mind. And so this is why changing a paradigm is so disorienting and why it's so threatening. To revise a core belief is not just to update an idea, it's to undergo a reorganization of your own selfhood. The story is not something that you have at the level of identity. The story is closer to what you are. So the question is not, do you have a paradigm? Of course you do. Everyone does. The question is, are you curious about yours? Are you willing to bring genuine inquiry to the beliefs that you're currently living as though they were simple reality? That curiosity right there is where personal change begins.